Yo, what's up guys? It's Pios here, the Crypto Pie, and today we're going to look at some altcoins, Bitcoin, and see what the market's doing, right? So you guys understand it a little bit more. I had some questions regarding how I trade, and yeah, well, I just want to get into it. So, you know, even though I already have some trading videos up, so this is what the market cycles go, right? They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I explained in the Elliott Wave. Guys, if you haven't seen that yet, definitely check out my Elliott Wave video so you kind of understand the market structure. So let's go into some altcoins here, right? Because I, suggest you to watch that before you watch this one. But yeah, let's go into some alt structure and Bitcoin, So let's start with ADA. ADA is kind of new, guys. But what we see ADA doing here is we make a double bottom here, right? So if you look at here, this is 1 day, by the way. I look at the 1 day to see the overall picture. If you would do 3 day here, you just don't see enough, right? So if you do 1 day, we can put a line here, because this is the bottom. You can see it hit the bottom, and it bounced. It's about to hit the bottom again. So this is a double bottom. It could go here, but let's go a bit more in depth here. We go to the 1 hour. Yeah, you see it's holding pretty well. So do I want to buy this myself at the moment? No, because there's not enough data really. I mean, there's plenty other coins you can play, but I mean, your upside is only about 13% here, right? So I mean, technically you could get up here, but it's a little harder. So let's just quickly skip through these guys. So ADA is looking okay-ish in my opinion. ADX on the other hand, guys. Alright, so ADX, people are getting bullish, right? They're like, oh, we'll go to the moon. But here's the thing, guys. Okay, so we were really low, and yes, it did go up like 70%, and then we went down again. And now we're up in total from there. It's like 34%, right? But when you want to do your downtrend, as you can see here, all you need to do is put a line from the top to the second top, and then you see that it will automatically go further, right? If you use these on TradingView, you can go here, and then you can use rays. So all I did was a ray from the top, and then the second top, right? And it just keeps putting the line through, and that way you can see, right? That way you can see it. So yeah, and I did the same thing if you go to a lower time frame. You go to 4 hour here, from the bottom to the next bottom, and then you see we fell under it for a little bit, and then when we fell under it, it ticked against it again, and now we are back in this triangle. But for us to be bullish about this coin, it needs to get above here. Definitely still has a, it can. And to see time prediction is the hardest of everything, guys, if it comes to trading. But if you make your triangles here, a decision needs to be made. You can see it either goes down or up, right? Or it's sideways consolidates. But then that means if it sideways consolidates, then the uptrend, it can definitely go like a little further down, right? So, but when it breaks out and the volume is good, like you see here, right? The volume was good. Then, yeah, you're not really in an uptrend here yet. But if it breaks out here, you're in an uptrend for sure, because this is a bigger picture, right? So yeah, if we break out of this, we are in an uptrend, and I'd say buy the retrace then. Right now, you could buy the retrace on this, but if you go down here, about here, you take a Fibonacci from the down to the up. Fibonacci tools right here. Normally it's a pitchfork, so you need to click on the little arrow, and then you go Fib retracement from the bottom to the top, and you can see it gets to my green zone. I made this green myself because this is a buying zone, right? This is the safe money. This is where smart money jumps in. Alright, dumb money jumps up in here, and guess what? They lose money. So smart money jumps in here. Well, they go into profit. That's simply how it works. It's a patience game, guys. Sometimes you go down a little bit, but as long as it doesn't break this line, which it did. So yeah, I was in a trade here and I got break even, right? I mean, that's what happens. You have to have rules, and when trend breaks, and now it got above the trend again. But is that with a lot of volume? A little bit so far, you know. I don't say this a lot. It's definitely a healthy candle though, so yeah, I might jump in it again, but definitely on a retrace. Always jump in on a little retrace, right? Don't jump in on the massive green. You can jump in on little green on like a smaller time frame, but don't jump in on the green on the 4 hour or the 6 hour, right? Just don't do that. So yeah, that's ADX right now, guys. Go look at ARC. Let's go back to the 1 day. So what did ARC do? Well, ARC put in a higher low, right? Higher low was good. So I mean, we got under a little bit. Yeah, I don't like doing this too much because that is like cheating, right? This is actually our low. This is our low, guys. And so it can definitely get down here. Not saying it will, but it can, because this is the trend, right? And we cannot just adjust the trend like I just did. That's not cool. So yeah, if you want to play it that way, no, then you have to do it like this. But if we take a Fibonacci here from the bottom to the top, you see it went to the green zone. First the 618, it came here, it bounced a little bit. Not a big bounce on the 618, to be honest. And then a little bit in here. Sometimes it's not exactly the Fibonacci, so you also have to look at structure, right? Because where it bounced, it's not that hard to see, like around here. See? Previous top here is the low here. Had a nice little bounce. I don't know how much money you could have made. Let's just see, right? Yeah, you know, you could have made like a nice 30%. Definitely lock in that profit when you have it, guys. Don't be greedy and try to go for big swings of hundreds of percentages. Especially not when Bitcoin's going bullish, like it is still. You know, people say like, oh no, Bitcoin's bearish, but I'll get to that in a minute, right? So that's ARC, right? That's ARC for you. Bats, I don't even look at this. This is looking sad. I don't know why people are in this. I see lower lows, and we can definitely go lower again. I don't see much going on there. Bitcoin Cash, guys. Alright, so Bitcoin Cash. Let's do some Bitcoin Cash analysis here. If we take a ray here, put it on here. You see, we got out of this downtrend, but now it's kind of, we're consolidating, right? Consolidating, and we're going up a little bit here, but now we're in the cloud and we seem to go down again. So we can definitely hit the bottom of the cloud again and perhaps go out then, but that's pure technicals. I also know some fundamentals of Bitcoin Cash, and it's not interesting, guys. Bitcoin Cash is kinda shit, to be honest. Alright, so if we look at a USD pair, now that is better, like, right? I mean, the 4 hour cloud, we could bounce on here, which is the 357. 6 hour, that's probably the bottom of the cloud. Yeah, it's about the bottom of the cloud. So the USD pair is looking a bit better. Bitcoin Chinese. So I'll tell you a little story why I have Bitcoin Chinese on here as well. So when I started trading, OKCoin was the biggest Bitcoin trading volume, right? And then all these regulations happened in China, and China had to watch out. So most of that volume went to Japan and Korea for Asia-wise. And OKCoin was way bigger than Bitfinex, guys, alright? Like, we are talking, OKCoin had 90% of all trading volume. 90%. Alright, so that's why I looked at OKCoin before. Alright, so if we look at Bitcoin USD, so everyone's like, no, we're bearish. But what I see here, guys, is once again, right? Once again, we get a higher low being created here. 4 hours looking absolutely smack amazing. We are about to cross here. You can see the blue. If the blue goes over this little orange line here, this momentum. Then we go further up. No, all these low, like middle time frames need to reset. The 6 hour will reset once the 4 hour goes a little bit up. Well, guess what the 6 hour will do? It goes a little bit up again. So 12 hour is also curling, right? It's turning back up. Same for 1 day. We're at the bottom, so it also needs. It wants to go back up. 3 day, we're still falling, but that's fine. That's a bigger time frame. As for 1 week, since it's Bitcoin, right? We're talking about huge. Okay, so it wants to go down, but that's already for a while. And as long as we end the week better than the previous week, so we don't end under 51, we're good, guys. We're good, right? We're good. Higher lows is good. It's go time, because show my targets here, right? My next target here is definitely 6.9, like 7k basically, right? Then 7.5, then 7.7, then 8. Like basically, well, you don't. When you see round numbers like 8 or 7, always think of 6.9 or 7.9, right? Where you want to sell, because you want to sell into the strength and buy back into the dip, right? So, and especially if you understand the market structure, you know you can do that. So if we look at the 1 day here, like I said in my earlier wave, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know I have to watch out here because it's a 5th wave up. But why I'm pretty certain that we go further is because of this one, right? Take the top here, the bottom here, went to a 2.618. So if we go to a 2.618, and if we do that the same trick here, right, from the top to the bottom, and we only went to a 1.618, that tells me we're not done yet. Like, is that always the case? No, but 2.618 is definitely possible, and I think that's at the 7.5. Not entirely sure, but let's take a look real quick. The bottom here, 2.618, 2.272, 2.618. It's actually at the 8k, guys. So 7.9. No, I think we also, market structure needs to show some FOMO still. You know, at the very end of a cycle, guys, all the people think like on top of the world, they cannot be crushed. You know that feeling where you just think like, oh yeah, I own it all, guys. I'm gonna be a billionaire. I know how to trade. I'm the best. I'm the best in town, guys. You know, I'm gonna tell my boys about this. You know, I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna brag to your friends that you know everything. Like, yeah, I bought here and so, and then you didn't sell when the actual fall comes. That's why understanding the market structure is very important. So when this line breaks, guys, what do you think I do? Well, in this case, guys, I don't sell my Bitcoin. Unless I see the alts falling as well. If I see the alts falling, of course I'll sell for a little bit and I'll buy back. But if I don't see the alts falling, and I think the alts can't really fall much further, like I showed you, they're at the end of the cycle. So, yeah, I honestly think that we can expect a alt bull run. So I rather go into alts than, because let's say Bitcoin falls, right, guys, to about 4k, 3k, something like here, right? That's 36%. Well, that's not entirely true, because then we go back up, right? So then we would be back up. Then I make a 70% trade back up if I would do that. Alright, cool. 70% cool. Cool, right? Nah, not that cool. Because alts can go way further than 70%. Some alts need to retrace. If they want to just retrace back to their old highs, they go hundreds of percentages. So it's definitely better to be in the alts then. If it's alt bull season, right? But for now, Bitcoin's still strong. Bitcoin's still strong, right? Like, keep that in mind. We just have a few down days, but that's the same here, right? And then we just go further. Like I said, 4 hours resetting. It's looking absolutely bullish. Also, we broke the downtrend, this little downtrend here. We came back, and now we're just dancing on here. But that's enough for Bitcoin, guys. Because I want to go for some more alts. Dash is cash, guys. Remember? Well, I don't know, right? But I remember when Dash was down here, yo. The massive run up. So I wasn't in there, by the way, because I was a newbie trader like a lot of you guys, right? Everyone has to learn, and I had to learn when it was bull season. It's okay, you know. I thought I could make money, and I did, but I definitely wasn't as good as I am now. So if you look here, it's very simple, right? We have a range established here. So when Dash is on the bottom, it's most likely gonna go slowly back up. How much would that be? From the bottom to the top. That's a range of 111%. So yeah, that's a range of 111%. Now, do I tell you to buy here when it's close to here? Yeah, you know. Hey, you know, people always say this is not financial advice, blah 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 blah, right? This is bloody financial advice, guys. I mean, come on. You know, who's gonna sue me for you making 100%? No one, right? You will love me. Basically, that's how it is, guys. I mean, when it gets close to this line, it will take some time. How many days? How many days does it usually take? How many days was this? 13 days. 13 days for 100%. I mean, do you want that, right? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. I mean, also, obviously, when you go trend up, make your trend lines, right, on lower time frames, like on 4 hour. When this happened, you know, we had your trend line, like, let's do it here. So yeah, and then we had a new low here. Well, if it would break this line, then usually what happens, it goes down and then back up a little bit, right? So that's how it works. That's how it works. So, but when it breaks, you want to be out. You want to be out and just take your profit, you know. So when on here, you would have had your stop below here or something, and just when you're here, you put your stop below here, and you just keep making more profits until it breaks. Then here you would have finally been stopped out. Would that be so bad? Let's see, right? Because it's all about, you need to save your capital. 70%, guys. That's not bad at all, you know. I mean, and if you wanted, you could have bought back in here, but that is for another story. I mean, you could have done something like this, right? That top, and then you see when this breaks, you would have went, like, after a little retrace, you would have went in here. Now, do you go lower a little bit? Yeah, you have to stomach a 3% paper loss for a little bit, and then boom, off to the races again, another 27%. But you know, that's all easy talking. I myself don't go in all these trades either, guys. It's easy to see, right? And it's also not hard for me to spot at all. But it's so technical analysis is only one part of trading, guys, which is not the hardest. The hardest I'm still fighting with. The hardest I'm still fighting with, and that is the psychology of trading. Alright, so here we go to, let's do a last one, guys. Let's take Ethereum here. Ethereum USD. I don't like the USD pairs too much, guys. Let's look at the Ethereum Bitcoin, right? Where's Ethereum Bitcoin? I can never find it, you know. Bittrex. Alright, let's take Ethereum Bitcoin. So as you can see, I have my trend line here. Well, we still didn't break it. Still not bullish, you know. Big, we're still going down. But we're getting close to, I mean, this could be the bottom. Could be. Let's take a Fibonacci, right? Let's take a big Fibonacci from the bottom here, around here, to the top. Line up some things here. Yeah, so See, 618 is nicely lined up. You always want to line it up. Like, you don't want to exactly have the bottom and the top. It's just you want to line up these 618s and 786s and 5s and stuff, right? You want to line up all these numbers, because if it bounced here, it's most likely going to bounce around this area as well. You can see 786, it bounced here. So will it? Maybe it will still go down here and then finally go. But yeah, that's how I see Ethereum, guys. So if we zoom in a little bit further, go to 6 hour, we can see we had a low and then we have a higher low, right? We haven't seen that in like a long time, so that's very bullish. If we break this with good volume and then we retrace back, I'd say buy it, you know. And once again, is that financial advice? You know my answer. Yeah, bloody hell it is. Because, like, how far back up do we go, right? We go like 172%. Also, guys, like, all that financial advice, like, I hate it when channels do that. They say, like, it's not a financial advice, blah blah blah, right? Well, I'm here in Europe, guys. I'm here in Europe. No one can do anything to me, okay? I'm in the Netherlands. I'm all good. Don't worry. You know, I don't know how it is in the States. I know in the States people sue each other a lot more, but over here, not so much. So, do I want to give advice to people? Of course. I want you guys to make money. You know, I love seeing people making money. It's good. It's good. You know, that's what crypto's about. I mean, crypto's about freedom. It's about equality, and it's about making money. Now, how can I say these three words together? Well, freedom is one thing, because when you trade, you don't need to have your 9-to-5 job. And I know not and it works because the majority in the world is scared, and scared money don't make no money. So that is one thing, guys. You know, that is why you can make money on the crypto world, right? So yeah, I mean, do I see? If you got any other coins that you want me to look at, let's look at Neo, guys. Neo is always, Neo is one of my lovely coins. I love them. I like Neo. Neo is a great project, but don't fall in love with fundamentals, guys. But I do like Neo though. I just don't love it, obviously. But if this breaks, then we're out of a downtrend. But for now, we're still bearish, right? You know, the trend is your friend, guys. And I guess I'll end the video with that. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit that post notification button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.